Welcome to African Prime Report TV, the home of credible African stories and people-centered analysis. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with others, and most importantly, watch till the very end. Your likes, shares, and comments are the only way you can support this platform and help us grow. Now let's get into today's major stories shaping conversations across Nigeria and beyond. A video and written statement circulating online has sparked widespread reactions across the southeast and among Nigerians at home and in the diaspora. According to the statement, which is attributed to senior figures within the Biafra restoration movement, including individuals described as high-ranking commanders, and instructions allegedly originating from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, states that the regular Monday sit-at-home is now cancelled. The messages emphasizes that sit-at-home actions are now described as voluntary, not compulsory. There will be no enforcement going forward. Parents are encouraged to send their children back to school. Traders are free to open their businesses based on personal choice. The statement also claims that the last sit-at-home observed in early February was one-off event, reporting triggered by political development in Anambra State, and that the message further retaliates that the primary responsibility of local security groups, as claimed by the movement, is the protection of communities from criminal attacks, particularly banditry and terrorism. However, the statement contains very strong and controversial language, including warnings directed at government authorities. Analysts note that such language has raised serious concerns and fears among residents, business owners, and political observers. African Prime Report TV wants to make it clear: threats, intimidation, or violence against civilians or officials are not accepted and only deepens fear and instability.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear friends all over the world. Today is 7th of February 2026. This information is coming from the table of Triple General Igwe Botozo and Major General Gento de Yahoo and all the 40 state commanders in Biafra land. As the information reaching to my table to inform all Biafrans, order from the highest command of the Biafra restoration movement, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has reached us that Monday sit-at-home is cancelled from today. Sit-at-home is a voluntarily and will not be enforced henceforth. Last Monday sit-at-home, February 2nd of February, sit-at-home was a one-off event due to the Soludo's stupidity, and will not happen again. Onitsha traders are Biafrans, and our children must return to school on Mondays as commanded by our able leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our job as guidance of Biafra land is to keep away Fulani terrorists from our land. That is the task our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives us, and we must follow it to the letter. No enforcement will be tolerated henceforth. Our traders should decide if they want to open or not. Any intimidation from Soludo or any government will force us to react. If Soludo is as stupid to lock down any shop in Onitsha. His family, house, and that of his in-laws will be too. We are peaceful people defending our land from Janjaweed killers, and we make no apology for that. Igbo politicians and the Nigerians should pray nothing happens to our supreme leader Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we would bring every politician children down and will not, and Nigeria. Our people should see what is happening in Yoruba land as an example of what happens to a lazy, cowardly people. Our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu secured our land by setting up Eastern Security Network, and we should all be grateful to him. And the Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Liberation Army, Naval and Air Force hereby declared that it is our job to defend our land, and we must do it.
Following the release of this video and message, reactions have been mixed and intense. Some residents welcomed the announcement, saying schools have suffered too long, businesses are collapsing, and ordinary people are paying the highest price. Others, however, expressed deep worry, saying conflicting messages create confusion, fear still exists on Mondays, trust has been damaged by past enforcement incidents. On social media, many Nigerians ask, who truly speaks for the movement? Can people go to school and work without fear? Will this directive be respected on the ground? In the diaspora, Igbo professionals and community leaders called for clear communication, peaceful advocacy, protection of lives and livelihood. Several analysts insist that economic recovery in the Southeast depends heavily on stability and consistency, not fear or uncertainty. In another deeply troubling development, a separate video surfaced online showing kidnapped victims, mostly women, being held in captivity by suspected criminal groups. According to reports, the victims were abducted by armed men identified by locals as Fulani bandits. Families were contacted and ransoms demanded. Payments were reportedly quickly dispersed to avoid tracking. Victims were humiliated, abused, and recorded. Many Nigerians describe the footage as heartbreaking and traumatic. Observers say the most disturbing aspect is not just the crime itself, but the apparent confidence of the criminals, who openly record and share evidence of their actions to intimidate families. Women old enough to be mothers, aunties, and wives were seen pleading, an image that has left many Nigerians angry and emotionally shaken.
Hey, the home office.
Across Nigeria, citizens are asking hard questions. Where are the security agencies? Why do these criminals operate freely? Why does help arrive late or not at all? Despite phone calls, voice recordings, digital evidence, many Nigerians feel the government response has been slow, weak, or dismissive. Officials often cite technological challenges such as untraceable networks, but analysts argue that modern technology should make tracking possible if the political will exists. Some critics also point to political loyalty and ethnic bias, saying certain crimes are defended or ignored instead of confronted honestly. Security experts warn that insecurity thrives when criminals feel untouched. Silence from leadership encourages more violence. Citizens lose faith when justice is selective. Nigerians at home and abroad are increasingly calling for true security section reform, equal protection for all citizens, accountability at every level of government. Many say Nigeria is at a crossroads and the decision made now will define the country's future.
We now ask you, our viewers, do you believe the sit-at-home cancellation will truly restore normal life in the Southeast? Can Nigerians feel safe when kidnappers operate so openly? Is the government doing enough to protect its citizens? What solution do you think can realistically end this cycle of fear? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to African Prime Reports TV. Remember, the only way to support this platform is by liking, sharing, and commenting. Thank you for being part of our growth. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and stay engaged.